Mulini, and welcome to the Conversations with Lankosi YouTube channel. As you know, mine is to inform, educate, and entertain. Tingulankosi, your host. Welcome to the channel. Today, we'll be discussing a significant development in South Africa's political landscape. The Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises plan to subpoena Pravin Gordhan in connection with the controversial sale of the South African Airways. Without wasting any more time, let us get into this video. First, let's familiarize ourselves with the key players involved in this contentious SAA deal. Pravin Gordhan, a prominent figure in South African politics, currently serves as the Minister of Public Enterprises. Now, throughout his career, the minister has held various influential positions, including Minister of Finance and Commissioner of the South African Revenue Service. Widely known for his fiscal prudence and not so transparent anti-corruption stance, Gordhan has played a crucial role in the country's economic and political landscape for decades. South African Airways, on the other hand, is the national carrier of South Africa. Established in 1934, SAA has faced numerous financial challenges over the years, resulting in a significant strain on the country's treasury. In an attempt to salvage the embattled airline, the government has injected billions of rands into SAA, leading to mounting debts and public discontent. Now, before we delve into this complex issue, let's provide some background on the South African political system and the role of the so-called portfolio committees. Now, South Africa has a parliamentary system, right, of government, with the National Assembly as its primary legislative body. Within the National Assembly, various committees are established to oversee specific government departments, policies, and programs, right? Within the National Assembly, various committees are established to oversee specific government departments, policies, and programs. These committees play an essential role in ensuring transparency, accountability, and good governance is maintained. Now, one of the most crucial portfolio committees in South Africa is the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises. This committee is responsible for the oversight of public enterprises, which includes entities like Eskom, Transnet, and South African Airways, right? Now let's shift our focus to the controversial sale of the South African Airways. SAA has faced long-standing financial troubles, necessitating significant government bailouts to keep the airline afloat. Over the years, mismanagement, corruption, and weak governance have plagued the airline, leading to its financial distress. In a bid to salvage the situation, the South African government opted for a partial sale of SAA back in 2020. An acquisition consortium named Takatso was chosen as the preferred strategic equity partner for the airline. Now, it is within this context that the role of Pravin Gordhan comes into question, as his position as Minister of Public Enterprises puts him at the forefront of the SAA deal. Let us get into this article. In a recent development, South Africa's Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises is preparing to subpoena Minister Pravin Gordhan in connection with the controversial sale of a 51% stake in the South African Airways to Takatso Consortium. The minister has so far failed to produce the necessary documents, citing a confidentiality agreement. The committee has been probing the deal for over a year and is now seeking information about the shortlisted bidders and details of the share sale and purchase agreement. Gordhan's non-compliance stirs controversy. The committee's decision comes on the heels of allegations by former Director General Kgathatso Tlhakudi that Takatso Consortium was not among the shortlisted bidders and lacked the necessary financial and technical capacity. Despite these claims, Gordhan maintains that Takatso deal was the most advantageous. Parliamentary legal advisor, advocate Andile Tetyana, has expressed concerns about the secrecy surrounding the transaction. Parliamentary tensions rise over deal. The committee's lack of unqualified support for the transaction process has led to frustration among its members. Fakazeleni Buthelezi of the IFP has criticized Gordhan's attitude towards the committee. Suggestions have been made to form an ad hoc committee to further investigate the deal, but others believe all constitutional powers, including the subpoena, should be fully utilized first. Potential consequences for Gordhan should Minister Gordhan fail to comply with the summons. He could face penalties, including fines or imprisonment of up to 12 months, according to the Powers, Privileges and Immunities Act. With the committee's determination to get to the bottom of the SAA deal and Gordhan's continued non-compliance, this saga is far from over. You can access this article via the BNN website. Now, there you have it, guys. Based on this article, we can see Musuguti, the controversy surrounding the sale of SAA primarily revolves around allegations of the deal just being improper and a lack of transparency in the selection process. Critics argue that the government did not adequately consult with stakeholders, potentially leading to a skewed transaction that favored certain interests over others. Critics also argue that the lack of transparency surrounding the SAA deal raises concerns about accountability. The public and opposition parties have continuously called for answers and clarity over the decision-making process and the allocation of taxpayer money. In response to these people and, these allegations, these claims, the minister has maintained that due processes were followed, dismissing the allegations of impropriety or this just being something that was improper, which is rich coming from him because as a so-called anti-corruption ambassador, he is not living by his word at all. Let's get into this next article. The country's largest trade union federation, COSATU, has become the latest organization calling on Pravin Gordhan to release information on the SAA transaction. COSATU spokesperson Matthew Parks told Sunday World that the Minister of Public Enterprises should account to Parliament. It's important that we respect the constitutional role of Parliament at all times. This includes the executive accounting to Parliament on issues of governance, said Parks. If there are needs for confidentiality, Parliament's rules allow for that. We welcome government's commitment to do so. His comment comes after the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa said it has noted the arrogant response given by Minister Gordhan and his obstinate refusal to hand over crucial information on the sale of SAA to members of Parliament. The Public Enterprises Parliamentary Portfolio Committee has unanimously agreed that it cannot provide unqualified support for the transaction of SAA to be sold to the Takatso Consortium, said NUMSA's General Secretary Ivan Jim. Furthermore, NUMSA has noted that the committee has decided to subpoena Minister Gordhan for his refusal to cooperate with the committee in its investigation into the deal involving Takatso Consortium. The committee met on Wednesday to consider the evidence and the allegations of corruption leveled by former Director General of Public Enterprises, Kgathatso Tlhakudi. Gordhan's refusal to provide the committee with two crucial documents has meant that it is unable to finalize its investigation into the allegations of irregularities. The documents which are outstanding are the shortlisted entities after the final determination was made and the sale and purchase agreement. State capture 2. NUMSA is vindicated because Gordhan has proven that we were right about him all along. Gordhan is presiding over State Capture 2.0 through the sale of SAA. The airline was sold for 51 Rand in a process that remains shrouded in secrecy. Even though this is a state-owned entity, which means that as the public, we have every right to demand and receive detailed information on this deal, he alleged. He called for Gordhan's dismissal. There are numerous reasons why Gordhan must be fired. In his tenure as Minister of State-Owned Enterprises, he has collapsed every single one of them. His disastrous track record, coupled with the dodgy SAA deal, means that his dismissal is way overdue. But it seems the governing party is too cowardly to act against a minister as grossly incompetent as Gordhan, and one wonders why. He does as he pleases and there are no consequences. Jim alleged that Gordhan engineered the sale of the SAA to friends and former senior leaders of the governing party. Jabu Moleketi is the former Deputy Minister of Finance and also the former MEC for Finance in Gauteng. He also served in the ANC NEC, and he just happens to be director of Harith General Partners, which owns a majority shareholding in the Takatso Consortium. NUMSA has been consistent about characterizing this deal as corrupt, and we have been proven right, he said. Gordhan's spokesperson, Elis Mnyandu, responded in a statement last week. The department has reiterated the important role of Parliament to conduct oversight and demand accountability, but it refutes claims of non-cooperation with the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises in its examination of the Strategic Equity Partnership transaction for SAA. DPE refutes allegations. The Department of Public Enterprises said any assertions that the proposed SAA and the Takatso Consortium deal was irregular were malicious and patently false. It said the allegations were intended to detract from the work of stabilizing SAA. The Department of Public Enterprises has done everything according to the prescripts of the law, he said. Any attempts to continue casting aspersions about the integrity of the transaction are meant to sidetrack the public from the hard work that has gone into saving SAA and reviving it into a financially sound and viable national carrier that we can all be proud of. Guys, the article can be accessed via Sunday World. There you have it. The recent development of the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises plan to subpoena Pravin Gordhan is a great move. However, I am a bit confuzzled on the ANC's loudness on external issues that have nothing to do with them, because why are they all up in everyone else's business and not theirs? I mean, also, Mr. Spokesperson, Ska Minister, if you're saying these are all malicious and these rumors are just here to divert our attention from the work that you guys have been doing to save SAA, why is it so difficult for you guys to present the 2-page documents that they are asking you guys to come on out with, to just hush the noise? Also, I am yet to hear any of these ANC members, so I agree with NUMSA yet again, because the ANC is quiet. Why are they also not just asking Pravin to do the right thing, since he claims to be an ambassador of anti-corruption? Hey? If it isn't that, it's the president and his people visiting a school that he is said to have attended. Maybe their intention was to paint a picture of him being relatable. Nalonto, it did not land. It had us questioning him and his crew. Who thought visiting the school without even fixing it would be a great idea? Anyways, back to this video. Based on the 2 articles, we can conclude that the committee intends to summon Gordhan to provide insight and clarity regarding the controversial sale of SAA. Now, the decision to subpoena him signifies the committee's commitment to uncovering the truth behind the transaction. The committee members believe that Gordhan's testimony is essential in shedding light on the selection process, clarifying any potential conflicts of interest, and ensuring that the sale aligns with the public interest. Now, I hope during the minister's appearance before the committee that he is flooded with rigorous questions from committee members representing the various political parties. I hope that they likely seek answers on the transparency of the selection process, involvement of external advisors, and whether the decision was influenced by political pressure or vested interests. Because, coming out, to tell us that, guys, La Tata was also the former MEC of Finance in Gauteng. That's a red flag, literally. So we really do need the minister to come out here and hush the noise. And if he claims that everything went according to plan, why is he dragging this for so long? Why are you arrogant about it, Mr. Man? Why? So, Nje, this subpoena is undoubtedly a significant development, as it reflects the committee's determination to hold public officials and institutions accountable. However, it is important to note that the outcome of Gordhan's subpoena is yet to be seen, and its implications for the future of SAA and the broader political landscape remain uncertain. That marks the end of this video. It is clear that the South African Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises decision to subpoena Pravin Gordhan in connection with the controversial sale of SAA emphasizes the importance of transparency, accountability, and good governance in public institutions. Guys, if you haven't already, please do visit the IEC voter registration portal website thingamabob and register to vote. Remember, your voice is your vote matters. That marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for lending your eyes and ears. I hope that you found today's video informative. Please do not forget to click on that subscription button or light the low notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new uploads. Enkosini.